Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about coming and goings, and we're going to talk about some stuff that's on the rumor mill. I decided not to make two videos this time. We're going to keep it all in one video. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button, because when you hit that like button, that YouTube knows a good channel for soap fans, and they can come over and be part of the soap fan. We also have a membership where you get early access to videos, exclusive videos. You get my cooking videos. You get a lot by being a member. Also, this is my birthday month, so this is a good time to be a member. And you'll see my Cashapp over there if you're feeling generous and want to help me out with a birthday present. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and get into this comments, into this coming and goings. So we're going to start with Young and Restless. We've talked about this before. Melissa Claire Egan is about to go on maternity leave. Returning to, talking about it now, because now we know this is actually going to happen in July, where she's going to go on maternity leave. That's why they sort of like got her now in the storyline where she's blackmailing the doctor so she can get out the hospital. But her child is due in August, which is really soon. And after her character exits, she still will make periodic video calls. So even though she's gone, we'll still see Chelsea, because she's not, fired from the show or anything. They're just sending her on her maternity leave, which usually lasts a month or two for the actor. Christian Telemar joins the Young Restless in the role of Tyler on July the 8th, which is tomorrow. However, it has not been revealed if he will be playing Tyler Michelson, which was formerly played by Rederick Williams. Now, here's the thing. He's black, and he has the same name as Rederick's character, Tyler. So both characters are named Tyler, both characters are black, and we just got a visit from Stitch, who made an appearance as Abby's ex, that I don't know what's really going to come out of that, because there's a lot of rumors about Stitch's appearance and what that really means for the storyline overall. But it wouldn't be a shock to me to see him as Tyler, since they brought one Abby X. Why not bring another one? So he may be returning as Abby's ex, and we'll see what happens with that, because we're still waiting to see who's going to be the new Chance. We're going to go now to Days of Our Lives, where we have Greg Vaughn's return as Eric Brady. We now have his return date. It's going to be on Wednesday, July the 14th. So I'm sure that's going to be one of those moments where she'll open up the door and see Eric. But on July 15th is when they actually have their joyous reunion, according to the spoilers. Although the walls are closing in, there's Sammy's trying to get Xander to cough up the truth. And, she got the money to do it. So, we'll see what happens. I don't think Eric's going to be around for much longer once he finds out about his wife's affair. But at least we know July 14th we see him, and July 15th he's actually in the full episode. Moving on to General Hospital, where this is partially rumor mill, but I decided it sounds like it's right, so I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. That Roger Howard reveals that he is a Quartermaine when he crashes an ELQ meeting. He reveals that he's the son of Edward Quartermaine's illegitimate son, Jimmy Lee Holt, and this makes Austin a Quartermaine, and this is going to happen on the week of July the 12th. In the soap opera preview, for the summer preview, it was revealed that his character Austin has a connection to the Quartermaine, so this is why it sort of like feels right to give the spoiler, even though it's still part of the rumor mill. Another big rumor is about Cameron Matheson, who began filming officially this week as Drew Kane. So there's no confirmation he's Drew Kane yet, but there's a lot of sites reporting that Cameron Matheson's mystery character is going to be Drew Kane. And then when you look at the picture of him on what he looks like going to the set, yeah, he looks like a guy who's been shipwrecked on a deserted island when the plane crashed, or being held prisoner somewhere. And he didn't have the ability to shave or anything like that. So even though this is still part of the rumor mill, I do think that he will be Drew Kane. I think that these different sources I've been reading are correct. And since he started filming this week, that means he'll probably appear in November sweeps because they're like 3 months out. So probably around November sweeps, we'll get our first confirmation that Cameron Matheson is playing Drew Kane, if it's not leaked even earlier by an official site. Now, the rumor mill also has another thing going on with Wes Ramsey returning as Peter August. Some of you out there are like, well, how could that happen? We saw him die. We saw him put in the freezer. I don't think he's dead. I never thought he was dead. This is what I think is going to happen. He wasn't dead. He woke up and he got out the freezer. So they may even go as far as say, the cold slowed the blood down, and he was able to pull himself together. I mean, we've had worse explanations about how soap opera characters come back from the dead. Think about Sheila Carter. They didn't even give an explanation. She just showed up on Bold and Beautiful, normal, because it's a soap opera, and we go with things when they say them. Like, okay, this kid was just 3 years old, and now 5 years later they're 16. Longer than their parents have actually been together. They full on adults. Sometimes they show up 21, 22. So I do believe Peter's going to come back. I think that when Finn finally confesses and they go to the freezer and open it up, I think the body will be gone. I'm not sure if Peter will have had help. And you gotta remember, Peter did have a helicopter out there. So after they put him in the freezer and he got out, he may have been able to contact his helicopter where they were delayed. They didn't leave; they were delayed, and he managed to get on his copter and go. So I don't know what reason, but I think Peter's still alive. Now we're gonna go on to Bold and Beautiful, where we have Kiera Barnes' WTF exit. I am so tired of the way Bold and Beautiful treats its black cast. It's like they're so disposable, and it's like they're extras. They have a little moment where they have maybe a good storyline, and then after that is okay, we're done with you. The way they dismissed the actress that played Maya. They were saying, they even said she was returning, and then that never happened, despite the fact that she has so many fans. And then that adds not only diversity, black and trans, the character that is. So they didn't care about any of that diversity of the storylines. In a normal show, when Zendaya left the show, they would have just done their normal. They would have just recast Zendaya and kept things going. We wouldn't have lost Nicole. We wouldn't have lost Maya. Things would have just went back to normal with a new actor. But they recast Zendaya, and I don't think he's a very good actor, but they also don't show him anymore. He's barely on the show. And then, can we really talk about Emma? The way they just ran her off the road. Thomas didn't have any repercussions from that. Him following high beams, honking at her, got her all scared. She wouldn't have touched that phone if she wasn't being in a high-speed chase. And then, after she crashed, what did he do? He stood on top of the cliff and just looked down at her and just tried to make sure she was dead so that he could get away with what he wanted to get away with. And I know some of y'all say, but he had a brain tumor. No, that is not when he had the brain tumor. He had the brain tumor when he had that little accident and hit his head on the desk, and that led to the brain tumor of mannequins talking and all that kind of thing. So Thomas was Thomas when this happened. Thomas was Thomas when he was just obsessed with Hope. And then we have the character that Zoe came for, Xander, they didn't even give him an exit. He was just gone. One day they just stopped writing for him. Oh, he's gone. He's just gone. And then Zoe, who has been a major character for 2 years now, not only did she not get a proper exit, she did not get a chance to confront Quinn about Quinn being her friend, and she was like hiding under the bed and sleeping with her man, and she claimed she was helping her while she was being duplicitous behind her back. So it was just bad. She doesn't have any last scenes with Carter. Her only scenes was with her sister. She didn't, in a big huff, like quit her job or anything like that. She simply was phased out the show with, like, it was so sad to see her just like waving to Paris. None of the characters she was honestly really connected to. Not even a goodbye, from Zende. She's just gone. Now, if they recast the character, then that would be something different. Okay? If they recasted the character, that would be something completely different, but they have not, to my knowledge, recast the character of Zoe. So the character still hasn't had the ability to, get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like she hasn't had the ability to, like, slap Quinn. You know what I mean? So I saw so many people online, like, and on Twitter, like, that's it. I've even seen a couple of soap sites like, why do they do Zoe like that? After everything Xander, Zoe was a stalker. Zoe was obsessed with Xander. She was obsessed with Zende. She was in this romance with Carter. That quick-ass friendship with Quinn. And, her sister. They just dropped the ball on yet another black character's exit. Which leads us to Aaron D. Spears, who plays Justin, that has the Twitter a buzz on, what are they doing? Because it really seems like they're writing Justin out. Justin was really, for as long as I've been watching, I know he had once was with Donna, he's got a son that's off camera and all that kind of stuff. But since I've been watching Bone and Beautiful, he's just been Bill's flunky. And then, once he betrays Bill, it's not like he can go back to being Bill's flunky. So a lot of people are saying, and then he kidnapped Thomas. So we're like, so is Thomas going to snitch? What are they going to do? And does this mean Justin's going to go to jail? Because when he was on Days of Our Lives, they had a contract negotiation issue where they didn't want to pay him what he was worth, so he left. And the type of things he's doing now is the same type of storyline he had when they wrote him off of Days of Our Lives. Just like his character just went off the deep end. And now Aaron has been trying to ease the mind of fans. So this is one of the things that was said online. He was asked, are you worried about the repercussions should Justin's power play fail? And then he says, I'll just say this, Justin is looking to be the full version of who he always thought he could be, with the influence of the person he learned it from. The person he learned this from is ruthless and cutthroat. And so if you have the opportunity to be what you can be and be all that you hoped you could be, you're going to take everything around you that you learn and then apply it. The outcome isn't necessarily good or bad, so that's where it becomes tricky. This is an interesting cocktail that has been mixed together, and now how do you juggle that cocktail? Do you sip it or do you drink it straight? That's what we'll see. So Aaron has been telling people that, they should calm down and just enjoy the story and, watch the story and see how it plays out. So, from his point of view, remember, the soap fan did a interview with Aaron, where this very same storyline he's playing out is one that he was saying that he wanted to do when we interviewed him. So this is a dream come true for Justin, not to be some flunky, but him for actually take action and to do some things. Now, the other thing he said he wanted his character to do was have an affair with Katie. So let's see if that happens too. Fingers crossed that the Thomas situation, just like the Emma situation, gets under the rug. It would be at least fitting and somewhat closure if Thomas remembers what he did to Emma and decides that he's not going to do anything to Justin. That would make things right in a lot of ways, that at least the Emma situation had some repercussions that led to at least something positive for Justin, that he's not just going to be kicked off the show as the storyline ends. And I finally found it because I was scrolling. But, Aaron was also asked, you gave a great performance. Goodbye, Justin. We enjoy you and built together for many years. We hate to see you leave. His reply to Betty Giles was the person on Twitter that posted this, was, who said I was going anywhere? So, hopefully we can breathe a sigh of relief that Justin isn't on his collision course to his exit, but a brand new renaissance of telling a story from Justin's point of view that leads to him having greater stories. We all know, if you care about diversity at all, that diversity sucks on Bold and Beautiful right now, because nobody's really doing nothing about nothing. And if Aaron can take center stage, at least that would help out with us seeing someone that represents us in a way, as a person of color, on a show that I enjoy to watch. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this coming and going. I'm sure I'll see a lot of comments in the comment section about a lot of things I talked about today, and I will see you in the next video.